Dossier is a brand that I'm sure all of you have heard about already. They make their own version of more popular designer or niche fragrances, so they do have their own inspiration, so to speak. In today's video, I'm going to be doing an overview of 4 of their Labo inspirations, everything from Gayak 10 to Rose 31. I'm excited to give you my thoughts on each one of these in a sort of compact way in this overview, so make sure to stay tuned. Now, before I begin today's episode and I tell you all about these 4 fragrances by Dossier that are all inspirations of Labo fragrances, I do want to start things off by saying that if you are a fan of fragrance-related content, please do consider supporting the channel by subscribing to it. Hit the bell icon so you could be notified whenever I do upload future videos to the channel. And of course, give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it or if you learned something from today's episode. Now, I do want to mention that I've actually reviewed every single one of these fragrances. So if you're interested in watching those reviews, I'm going to leave links to them down below because I can only put one card up here. So if any one of these descriptions sounds appealing to you and you want to get my more in-depth thoughts on any one of these fragrances, you definitely have that opportunity. So I know one of the brands that they do make inspirations of is Labo. Now, I love Labo. I have so many of their fragrances, well over a dozen, closer to 20 at this point. Everything from Patchouli 24 to Oud 27, Rose 31, Labdanum 18, Bergamot 22, Vetiver 46, Queer 28, so on and so forth. I love the brand, and it seems like every time they come out with a new one, as long as it's not like a city exclusive, because those are like twice the price, I do end up purchasing it, and I've been very satisfied with all of my purchases, even with some of the darker fragrances like Oud 28, Oud 27, pardon me. So here we have 4 fragrances. This is Floral Rose. This is their take on Rose 31. Musky Gayak, their take on Gayak 10. We have Woody Sandalwood. This one, of course, is Santal 33. I own that one as well. How can I forget that? And then we also have Citrus Tea, and this is their version of Thé Noir 29. So with that being said, let me give you my consolidated thoughts on each one of these, and we're going to start things off with Floral Rose. So this fragrance, yeah, if you've ever tried Rose 31, it has a really nice jammy sort of a rose, but there's this spicy note of cumin in here. So it's a spicy rose. You know, a lot of rose fragrances on the market are on the bright, citrusy, clean, ethereal side of things. Something like Lyric for Men by Amouage. And then you have some other va-va-voom rose fragrances like Portrait of a Lady by Frederic Malle. This is on the darker and more mysterious side of things. So if you like rose, you want something that is a bit of a darker and spicier expression of the ingredient. Rose 31 and, of course, concurrently, Floral Rose by Dossier are both great fragrances. And, you know, the thing with Dossier is they do make fragrances that are very close to the original. I would say about 95% similar to the original. They're very transparent when it comes to what percentage the concentration is of each fragrance. Some might be 15%, some might be 20%. So you definitely got to read the card that comes inside each box. And they have a really painless return policy. So if for whatever reason you're not satisfied with it, you can return them. Definitely check them out on their website. So that goes into a little bit more detail, put much more articulately than I'm able to. So great fragrance. The cumin, a lot of people do say that it kind of smells like body odor. And I think a lot of people, for whatever reason, have made that association between cumin and body odor. For me, just smells very nice, rich, exotic. And this one actually smells a bit cleaner than the original because I find it to be a bit lighter than the original. The next fragrance I'll give you my compact thoughts on is Musky Gayak. And this one, Gayak Wood. I mean, it really smells creamy, rich, very unique texture. It's so funny. My mom and I have both said the same thing, that it kind of reminds us of the smell of salami or like cured meats. There's something like really peculiar about Gayak 10, but this doesn't smell like, you know, meats or anything like that. The smell of Gayak Wood does. So you have olibanum, Gayak Wood, cedar, and musk. Do you get a whole lot of incense? Not really. It's not smoky in any way. Maybe a little bit of the pine. Maybe it does have a bit of like that resinous quality. But this is one I also like, kind of more on the tranquil, meditative side of things. The next one is Woody Sandalwood. This one needs no introduction. Santal 33. And once again, just, you know, smelling this test strip reminds me that they did in fact get it quite close. So sandalwood, papyrus, some of the other ingredients include violet, cardamom, orris, ambrox, cedar, cypriol, musk, and amber. A lot of sandalwood. It definitely has this sort of woodsy, peppery, yet smooth quality about it. In terms of the presence of the woods, you're definitely going to get a lot more than Gayak 10. So this one is perhaps a bit more extroverted than Gayak 10, but really nice, really well done. I'm a fan of it. And the last one is citrus tea. Now this is Thé Noir 29, black tea and fig. And this one is awesome. The citrus in here is just so vibrant, and I personally love that about it. So you are going to get namely bergamot. You do get fig, black tea, bay leaf, tobacco, jasmine, vetiver, cedarwood, musk, hay, peach, and incense. It has that fruity introduction, more fig than anything else. Fig is a fantasy note, so it does smell a bit like coconut at times. I think that's an easy way to describe it to people if they have a hard time sort of understanding what fig might smell like. So kind of like this peach coconut combination that puts you in the mindset of like a fig. Black tea is another one too. It has a very smooth, sort of subdued, yet making its presence known, but in terms of the smell of each individual ingredient, nothing rough around the edges or anything like that, pieced together very nicely. And again, another one that comes like 95% close to the real thing. This one is probably one of the most versatile of the bunch. Their Bergamot 22 inspiration is also incredibly versatile, especially if you are a fan of citrus fragrances. And I may or may not have done a video on that one. If I did, I'll leave that down below as well. The thing is, I couldn't locate my bottle, so it's probably at the other filming location that I have. But there you have it, just a quick run through of 4 Le Labo inspirations by the brand Dossier. And if you look them up, you'll see that their fragrances are quite inexpensive and the quality is there. So definitely check it out. A lot of wonderful things can be done through reverse engineering using technologies like mass spectrometry and gas chromatography, and that's precisely what Dossier is doing. I hope you have a chance to try these fragrances. Thank you for joining me today. If you enjoyed this video, or if you took something of value from today's episode, please do consider supporting the channel by subscribing to it. Hit the bell so you can be notified whenever I do upload future videos to the channel. And of course, give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Thanks for watching. Love you guys. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye.